It is Saturday, I believe April 12th or something. We're on El Paquito. It's like 7 in the morning. I am going to jumpstart the battery to see if we can get a little bit of a charge. I ordered a new charge controller, 2-bank charge controller at 4 amps each though, instead of 10 amps. And I'm gonna clean the terminals. And it's kind of raining and windy, but I wanted to Loctite the portholes and listen to a little Game of Thrones, third book. It's hard to tell, but I think it's pee coming from there. Hopefully it's just a leak somewhere and not a pee, but got a leaky head. Use the private restrooms on the jetty. Don't be using our head. We don't have a motor to get it pumped out, so it just smells like pee. We're gonna take out everything today, and because the electricity goes from this controller, which I don't think works anymore, goes right through here. Boom, they go through there. They go all the way to, not sure what the fuck is up with that right there. How does that bus bar look? Okay. Screwed this bad boy into the wall. I'm thinking, can it be that easy to where I plug this in and then I check out this battery right here? I think it's working. Just waiting for this to charge. It should be 80 amps each battery, 4 amp charger, dual bank charger, so it should be 20 hours to fully charge these bad boys. I've spent the last couple hours just following wires and talking to the dads on Facebook who are freaking awesome. They're literally keeping this country together. So we're back on the boat and we are drawing a diagram right now. The batteries are charging 4 days later, fully charged. So we'll see what's going on. What's confusing me is that the selector switch 1 and 2, 6 gauges I believe, go to battery 1. And battery 2 is only connected by negative. Okay, moment of truth. Selector switch. I got everything hooked up the way it was before. I don't really like the setup, but that's what we're doing. Here we go. Down into the cockpit port. I forgot to put a screw back in when I took out the master switch light, the indicator light. I took it out just so it didn't set on fire because it was going nowhere. So I took out the screw, take that out, but I didn't put the screw back in. And that's where the positive master switch panel flows through. So hopefully this works. Still ain't working. Fucking idiot. Okay, so here's the deal. We got this boat. We didn't use the DC power. We just used shore power. And I thought that the charger just keeps the batteries charging, and that's how it works. I never turned on the switch. Occasionally, I would turn on, just occasionally, I would turn on the master switch. I would hit the bilge, and the auto switch wouldn't work, but the manual switch would work. But it wasn't really pumping that much. I disconnected it from the hose, and it was just like when you would turn on a sink faucet, which these things should be spraying 1,100 gallons per hour. It should be freaking shooting it out there. The next day, I tried it again, and it just didn't work at all. And the lights weren't on the charger anymore. I went and got a new charger. I hooked it up to these two batteries. The batteries are Interstate deep cycle lead acid batteries. I topped them off. They weren't even empty or overflown. Didn't smell like sulfur or anything. And they had an 8-volt charge and an 11-volt charge. And this battery is pretty weird. One deep cycle battery seems like it's a starter battery for an engine, I believe. And maybe it's hooked up as a second battery to switch to. It's not providing 24 volt, and it's not parallel. I don't think, if it is parallel, it's ran through an insulator, a battery insulator, even though I have no motor or alternator on this boat. So that second battery is not getting any use really, but the bilge is still not working. So I took out the bilge pump switch, and I'm looking at it, and I can't tell what crapped out or not. I have another bilge pump. I connected that straight to the battery without anything, just like Frankenstein style, and boom, it worked right away, shot out water right away. So yeah, predicament is just rewire everything, even though some stuff works, or bro, this is frustrating. Fallout is really popular right now. And in the video game, if you select 0 for intelligence when you create your character, he can't really speak English. She can't really speak English. It's just like, and when people talk, I think like you can't, the text is like all misspelled. And that's how I am with boats right now, and electricity and the diagram and this whole entire system. So I'm taking my intelligence down to Fallout 0. No idea how many times I've gotten in and out of here. All right. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. There's my beautiful little square hole cut out. Professional cutout, my cutout. Professional cutout, my cutout. Okay, so all the switches are pretty much open. Bro, they found this in my room after I passed away. Look how cool this looks. This disco ball Christine put in. Hold off a little bit until it's darker to test it out, because I'm done working on it today. Spent so like
8 hours just looking at it and messing things up. So let's take a pee break. Let's go watch the view. It's like 7 o'clock and the sun's still out. I cleaned some of the connections and the terminals, and then I installed a new switch panel that I'm going to eventually move everything over to, all auxiliary. Right now, everything's on the old panel still, but I can now read the voltage of the batteries and what's coming through. I can charge a USB or USB-C, and I can hook up 5 different auxiliaries. So I got to turn on the switch. That turns on the batteries. Now I can turn on the cabin light, Captain Hector. And while you're doing that, it's draining the batteries. It's not connected to the shore power, but we're learning this stuff. I'm learning it for us.
Dumb shit. Fuck. Dumb fucker.
We're gonna see if I get electrocuted or not. Moment of truth. And to see if we have power, and to see what works and what doesn't. I've waited this entire time. I think I got some stuff right, so let's do this. Okay, first, gonna turn on the switch to 1. Boom. Main battery's on. Now we're gonna turn on that bad boy. And we're gonna turn on, boom, 13.2. So the USB's got power, and the cigarette charger. This is that 5-switch rocker panel from Amazon. Okay, time to switch on the cabin lights. Boom, brighter than ever. Nothing. Leave that one in there. Okay, we're gonna go with the base breaker. Let's go running lights. And let's go bow lights. And the spare one doesn't really switch. Oh, it kind of did. We're going to the bow light. And the bow light is working. It is on. Red's working. Green ain't. Pass lights definitely not working. Okay, so bow light works. Port side navigation, the red side. It doesn't seem like the mast lights work. 1 out of 4 cabin lights work, and no bilge pump. So I'm thinking I go portable on all that stuff. But the switch panel works, so that's one victory. Let's go. Yeah, we're getting there slowly. I'm just figuring out how to do everything, and I'm not the smartest, not the prettiest, but I just keep going. I don't stop. I know it's all right to be bad at things, and I'm okay at sucking. Just like your mom. If you made it this far, Hector, Dad, Christine, Nani, Papa, if you're still watching after that first episode, make sure to create an account, subscribe, like, share.
You should have gone to fucking college. You should have fucking paid attention in school. You fucking did nothing. You still too much pain and fucking did nothing.
So I'm feeling pretty confident about myself right now because I just finished wiring the 5-panel rocker switch panel I got from Amazon. I feel like I got this. It's pretty easy. yeah, it's been really smooth, and I'm very confident, and it's been really easy.